Good morning, this is Keith All, and today we're going to learn how to create a page curl effect in Photoshop. So what is a page curl? Just think of it as when you're flipping through a book and you're picking up the bottom right corner of each page and picking it up so you can flip it over to the next page. Or you have a stack of papers and you're doing the same thing. You're picking up each corner in the bottom right to start to flip it up so you can flip to the next page. And that's what this page curl effect is that you see here on your screen. So we're going to create this together. So first thing is you open up your image, and I already have my image open. And what you want to do is you want to unlock this image to make it a regular layer. So what you do is just click on this icon in the layers panel, and we're ready to go. So our first step is to use the rectangular marquee tool. So come up here and select the rectangular marquee tool and make your selection. So all I'm doing is I'm clicking and dragging and drawing a square box in the bottom right corner of the image. Now we want to select a gradient. So we're going to come over here to the tools in the left here, and I'm going to select the gradient tool. Click this box up here in the options bar to edit your gradient. So pick whatever gradient that you feel is that will get the effect that you want. I'm just going to use white to black gradient and click OK. Now our next step is to draw or apply the gradient. So we're going to hover over your picture and over your selection. Wait till you get the crosshairs on your cursor and click and drag down diagonally. And then once you get to the bottom, let go of it, and it draws your gradient. Now we want to deselect the selection. You could do that by Control D as in David for a shortcut key, or come up here to the menu and select the word select and then deselect. Okay, now we want to transform this. So basically we want to be able to grab this picture and make that page curl. So we're going to take a Control T for transform, and now we're going to right click in this area and select warp. Now we're going to drag this bottom right corner, this toggle here, and just click and drag it upwards and drag it to a point where you get the effect that you want. Now you can drag any of these other toggle points to adjust your image to get the effect that you want. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come down here. Okay. Now what you want to do is press the Enter key, or you can come up here to your options bar and click on this check mark to apply your changes. Okay, our next step is now to create a new layer. So we're going to come over here to the Layers panel and click on the Create New Layer icon. We want to drag this layer below the image. So we're going to click and drag this below this image. And now we want to fill this area with a background color or your foreground color. So basically, if you want to change your color, just come over here to the foreground, the background to set your color that you want. I already have it set, but basically you click on this to open up the color picker and select the color that you want. If you hover over your picture, you're able to select a color that would correspond to colors inside your image. So since I already have mine selected, I'm going to click OK. And what you do to fill this layer with your foreground color is on a PC, you press Alt Backspace. and it fills your that layer with it. Now what we want to do is we want to apply a drop shadow to the image right along here. So let's click on the image layer, double click on this layer to open up your layer style dialog box, and we're going to select drop shadow. Now I already have the settings already set from a previous selection I made, but basically you can adjust this drop shadow that appears right here to get the effect that you want. If you want to adjust the angle, you can either drag this dial around or type in the number that you want. You can play around with the distance. If you could look at the image right now, you could see the distance, the drop shadow changes. I'm just going to create mine to maybe about here. And then the spread, you can adjust the spread. As you can see, it changes. And then again, the size of the drop shadow, you can see it changes. So play around with these numbers to get the effect that you want. And all you have to do is then click OK. And there you have your page curl effect and your drop shadow. And now all you have to do is, if you want to add some text, use your text tool, horizontal type tool, and type your text. Select the text that you want, or the font that you want, the size that you want, whether or not it has a bold option or not. You can select that and just create a text layer here. And I'm gonna let's see, I'm gonna change the color up here to white. Click OK. Come back down here. Let's do that. Let's create Control T, and let's increase the size of this by holding down your Shift and Alt key and clicking and dragging. Oop. Let's move it. And there you have it. And that's how you create a page curl effect in Photoshop. Hope you're getting value from these tutorials that I give, and this skill set that I taught you today, you can use it in many different applications in all the projects that you work with. So again, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and then click on that bell notification so you always get updated when I have a new video uploaded. And please like, share, and comment. Thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.